Right, everybody, welcome back to the latest Manchester United news. Now, in this video, we will be talking about Marcus Rashford and an update on his move to Barcelona. Loan deal only. We'll be talking about the goalkeeper situation, and Al Hilal potentially coming in for some attacking players at Manchester United. Now, one thing I want to talk about, at this stage, Barcelona are only considering a loan move for Marcus Rashford. So this is coming from Play Goal, a loan move. Barcelona still targeting Marcus Rashford as revealed. However, Barcelona only considering a loan deal. Understand Rashford is very open to joining Barca and has given an initial green light for the move. It now depends on Barca. There's no agreement with United yet. Another option for Barcelona is Christopher Nkunku. So they are obviously looking at players that they can bring in. Barcelona are in need of some talented players. And the fact that they're only considering the loan deal is pretty interesting. As I said, that is a kind of issue for Manchester United. The ideal and the hope would be, ideal scenario would be Rashford leaves on the permanent. You get 30 to 40 million for him and you can reinvest that in the squad. Obviously, Rashford will not. If he does go to Barca, they're only considering a loan move. According to Fabrizio as well, Barcelona have not decided yet whether to go to Marcus Rashford. We know they need an attacking player, or they want to bring one in. They'd be linked to, obviously, Nico Williams. They're not going to get him. He signed a new deal. Obviously, Nkunku. Rashford does seem like the one they were going to get if they didn't get Nico Williams in. So I'm hoping they do go for Rashford. As I said, it is a dilemma because you want to get Rashford exit confirmed, and a loan deal would be pretty disappointing if I'm honest. Rashford, decent player, as I said. But the fact that with this long into the window, when we haven't got Sancho, Rashford, Antony, even Garnacho an exit yet, is pretty concerning. Again, on the Garnacho situation, there is no real update on his exit. We just know that he wants to stay in the Premier League, and again, I think it's going to be difficult to do a deal with Premier League clubs. But Garnacho situation is interested. But yeah, that's the update on the Marcus Rashford situation. Barcelona do seem like the only club that are interested in signing him, and if they were to sign him, it would be only on a loan deal, which again is disappointing and is more frustrating because, listen, Rashford's 27 or 28 now, I can't remember how old he is, established Premier League player. He's played over 400 games for United, won multiple trophies. The fact that we can only get a loan deal for him does speak numbers of his quality over the last few seasons. Mbeumo, quick update. This is coming in from Independent, I believe. One move that United do expect to complete before they fly to America is Mbeumo. One is that is not dependent on outgoings. Talks will continue with United confident on a deal that can be agreed. Brentford have rejected 2 bids, but so far they're 2 not far in valuation. So yeah, that's really about it, to be honest, on the Mbeumo situation. We're getting closer. We know this, so we can get him here for the pre-season tour. Now, Rashford, could he be reintegrated? It's understood there's no animosity towards United from Rashford despite being stripped of his number 10 shirt. While still being contracted, and he would be willing to reintegrate into the group, including for pre-season tour, if Amorim sanctions a move. So I think this is him running out of options. He knows he needs to leave Manchester United. It's very difficult for him to do so with not many clubs being interested. He's obviously working at Carrington as well, away from the main group. He wants to get playing football, and I think one thing you have to respect from Rashford, he's open to exits, whereas Sancho, he just like salary and all that stuff. Rashford wants to leave, we know that. It just depends on. Listen, I don't think Amorim doesn't want him integrated to the group. I feel like if there's no other exit for him to go, he will be reintegrated back into the group, and will take part in training. Do I think that will happen? Probably not. I hope it doesn't happen because 1, Rashford wants to leave. 2, Amorim doesn't really want Rashford in the squad. So it doesn't really make any sense why you would do that. But obviously there is no animosity. He's a United fan and a player nonetheless. So let's see what develops there. On the goalkeeper situation, let's talk about now. If Manchester United do move for a new stopper, it's also said they would target younger, more inexperienced options to provide cover as number 2 to Onana now. Bayinda as well, I've seen a thing, he has been linked to a move, or his agent has been linking him a move away to Manchester United. I think clubs in Belgium have been linked to him, so if he goes, you bring in a second choice to kind of be the first choice while Onana's injured, and then Onana goes back to being the number 1. In terms of keepers, Radek Vitek is someone who is set to start in the first game of tour in New Jersey on the 27th of July. With Onana out, so he's a young option. I don't think he's nowhere near the first team yet, but he certainly is an option. In terms of Matej Kovac, he's someone who United obviously had, I believe, a buyback option, but we did have the choice to match a €7 million offer to sign him. Obviously, Ten Hag wants to get rid of him, but I don't think we are going to activate that. And yeah, listen, on the goalkeeper situation, we know Onana is going to stay. Does that mean John Victor would probably be the player that does come in? It's 5.9 million from Botafogo. He could be the option that does come in. As I said, he looks like a decent option. Brazilian player, got a cheap release clause. Come in, start the first 3 games of the season. And I think that makes a lot of sense, to be honest. I think bringing in I wouldn't say he's inexperienced, but he doesn't have the most experience, and I think he would be an ideal choice for Manchester United to go out and sign. Now, the last thing, Al Hilal may turn to attacking options for Manchester United. I think this is perfect. I think this is something that we probably needed, to be honest. Look at the attacking options that we need to sell. I mean, if they take one of Antony, Rashford, Sancho or Garnacho, it'd be perfect. I mean, I don't think Antony would go, Garnacho wasn't go, so it would be realistically Sancho that does go. I don't think Rashford would want to go Saudi, but you never know. I think the most likely one would be Sancho. As I said, it'd be perfect for them. They take a player of huge ranges off the club, and I think that's important. As I said, Højlund, I don't think they go for. Ahmad, we know he's staying at Manchester United, so it really is one of those 4 they would come in and sign. As I said, I hope they can take all 4, but obviously that won't least likely be the case. So let's see which one they do take. That's been the latest updates. Thank you for watching. This has been the latest Manchester United news. As I said, Al Hilal, they can take some of our attackers, but yeah, let's see what develops.